what's going on, everyone? How you guys doing? My name is Matt Jarbo. This is $3 Theater, and this is going to cause some damn waves. I swear to God, this is going to cause some waves to some people. And I think it's a bit funnier than some might let on. But what we have, apparently, is a little advert for the next episode of Harley Quinn, where the writers and the show takes aim at not only the release the Snyder Cut fans, but also people who hate The Last Jedi. That camp of which I'm on in both parts of. And they released this 44-second clip that I know is going to anger a lot of people, but I am also looking for the humor in it because I do feel the show is irreverent and it kind of attacks everybody, and I'm okay with that. So I thought we would take a look at it and then see whether or not you guys are going to be on the same page as me. So let's take a look here. So this is the clip.
If you want to watch this show, you know they just did a 3-episode arc where Harley beats Penguin, Riddler, and Mr. Freeze using nothing but her Mary Sue powers?
Are you sure you haven't seen the show?
Yeah, 'cause I'm not a 12-year-old girl. Also, dude, why would I watch a show that's set in Gotham City but Batman's barely in it?
You watched all 5 seasons of Gotham.
Because it wasn't a fucking tsunami of virtue signaling. Here, smart guy, let's see what this week's episode of Harley Quinn is about. Harley Quinn and her best friend Poison Ivy, aren't in this episode, which focuses on Batman waking from his coma and vowing to take back Gotham City. Fuck. Fine. But if it sucks, we're watching Family Guy.
Okay, now here's the thing. While I find that clip to actually be pretty funny, mostly because of the massive self-own at the end, I can see why the Release the Snyder Cut crew is going to be very upset with it. And I do want to point out and say that in regards to the way that the guy wearing the Release the Snyder Cut shirt is portrayed, it does come across like they are attacking the fan base and not going to be playing up the fact that the Release the Snyder Cut guys have come out many times over the years and advocated for mental health awareness, raised money for mental health awareness, and made sure that they have been fighting the good fight for that, as well as trying to get the movie finished and to come out and everything else in between. I still find it to be, a humorous take on the whole thing. I like that the guy wearing the Last Jedi is not canon shirts there. That's pretty funny too, because when the guy's talking about like the virtue signaling and all that nonsense, look, we hear those terms. If you ever pay attention to a lot of how these conversations happen online, you will always hear that term, and I've used it too. To be honest with you, I've used it. I've used the term virtue signaling. I mean, we have the over-the-top sensitive leftists that like to virtue signal over every little thing. And then you've got your over-the-top sensitive conservatives that do the exact same thing. I mean, this is playing up a lot of those different tropes in a way that is just, in my mind, pretty humorous. I can laugh at myself. I can laugh at the fact I belong to both of these particular camps, that I've supported Release the Snyder Cut since the beginning, that I'm very much adamantly against The Last Jedi. I was one of the first people on YouTube to come out against the movie, and I'm fine with being in both of those camps. I think this what it is. I can see the humor for what they're going for here, because at the end, the guy gets owned. Now, what I would like to see is I would like to see a follow-up to this later on where the writers look at all the good the Release the Snyder Cut people have done and definitely showcase them. I think that would be for the betterment of the fandom. I think that would be for the betterment of everything in between. But I don't know. I don't know if they're going to do it. I don't know if they're going to go that route, because the show does tend to make fun of just about everything. I mean, look at the end. They're like, oh, this better not suck or else we're going to watch Family Guy. Like, they're even making fun of Family Guy, which is notorious for making fun of all sorts of other shows. So it's just a bit of an irreverent take, and that's really all it is. I just unfortunately know that there's going to be quite a number of people that are going to get real upset about this. They're going to get real upset, and they're going to, we're going to see some videos pop out today. At the end of the day, I don't feel it is that big of a deal. It doesn't take away my love of the show of Harley Quinn. I think it's a great show. I find it to just be a bit of a humorous jab, and that's it. That's kind of where I see it. I think I'm at the point now where maybe just because I'm 38, I'm in my late 30s, I've got 2 kids, these kind of things, they don't bother me like they used to. Because at the end of the day, I know my value, I know my self-worth, and I know where I stand on these issues. And if people are going to get overly sensitive and virtue signal against comedy by trying to say, cancel the show or fire the writers or anything else, then they're literally playing into the trope that these particular writers for the show and that this particular 44 seconds plays up. And I don't think that really applies to a lot of Snyder Cut people. It might apply to some of the Last Jedi people, to be honest with you. And I think you guys know exactly who I'm referring to on that front. But unfortunately, it's just, it is what it is, and while I didn't find it to be that bad, the salt that's going to fly over this, is going to flow over this, is going to end up being real terrible. Like I said, and I do stand by it, I would love to see them approach it from the perspective of the mental health awareness and all the good charity work that the Snyder Cut people have done, and even the charity work that the Fandom Menace people have done, because charity is charity, and it should be acknowledged, and it shouldn't be mocked or anything else like that. But I think this is playing up a lot of the core, some of the how do we say it? Some of the trolls we've seen, and there are trolls that come out of every fandom, and this is obviously what it's doing. But if it's not going to show the other side, it looks like it's painting a very one-sided picture, which is then going to anger quite a number of people. So I look forward to your guys' response on this one. I look forward to your guys' thoughts on this, because it's going to be very fascinating. And as always, it's another element to the culture war. It's another element of online fighting. And when we're in a global pandemic with not much else going on, it just seems like this is the right sort of thing that's going to keep people riled up for days, when all things considered, it's just a 44-second throwaway clip that ultimately means very little at all. But as always, I look forward to your thoughts. I look forward to your opinions. I'll talk to you guys all later. Have yourself a great day. Thank you again for watching, and peace out.